movies. Mutilation, decapitation, torture. Does that sound entertaining? More blood than a blood bank. Have we got your attention?
I don't know. I enjoy it. The second one of these haunted hills or whatever,
Hmm.
Elvira's Haunted Hills. I don't know. I've seen it a handful of times, but this is the one that I go to when I want to
Right.
watch the Elvira
It's
movie.
the
Uh,
OG. So, and
yeah.
I noticed that too. Like, okay, if we're making comparison, what would be better? Like, okay, Elvira is like, okay, the we'll call it the Addams Family syndrome or the Munster syndrome. Okay. So, Elvira is the oddball, and everybody around her says that's different
Mm.
and I'm scared of it. Or would you rather Elvira in a movie where it's more like the Munsters, where people come up to the Munsters and it's like, yeah, yeah, Herman Munster, he's a Frankenstein, but he works a job. You know, he's got a job, he's got a day job and stuff. The little Wolfman kid, he goes to school. No one's like batting an eye, you know?
I think that I like it in this setting
Right.
because, like, I mean, obviously, all right. So the reason I like it in this setting is because there's no real violence to this movie, right?
No.
There's like people like they won't let her stay at the hotel. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, you know, like that's kind
Yeah.
of like they won't give her a job. You
Yeah.
know, like that's the extent of the meanness of this town. So like it plays well to the character because you know she's she kind of like gets snarky about it, but she's still playful and boisterous. So like I think if it were to get any worse off, like if there was real violence or anything, they try to burn her at the end of the movie, but that's like,
Right.
whatever.
It's
Uh
Massachusetts. They
yeah,
do
yeah,
that
that's
every
what
Tuesday.
that's what
You
they
know,
do.
oh my God,
Um
she's wearing two different colors of nail polish. Burn
yeah,
the witch.
yeah, exactly. But for her to be interacting just commonly with everybody, like it's no big deal.
You're right.
I feel like that takes away some of the allure of her.
Okay. That makes,
So,
I get that, you know,
yeah,
where
so I
you need
prefer
that,
her to keep that distance, that
like,
arm's
she's
length.
an oddball, you know,
Yeah,
where, you know, like the Adams family. The Adams
right.
family look like a normal family, but everybody knows something wrong with that family,
Well,
Adams.
that's the great things about the Adams family is like they not so much with like Wednesday, but with their oddballs,
Hmm.
but it's everybody else with the problem,
Right,
not
right,
them. And that's the way Elvira works too. She's just going on about her life. Everybody else has the problem.
right.
And that's when the character's the best, is when it shows y'all are the problem, not me. And
Yes.
that's when the character, I feel like, just really shines. She's friendly with the kids in town. She's throwing up this like midnight movie for, she's trying to make money, obviously, but
Correct.
she's trying to, do something with the town. She's got the kids painting the house and stuff, showing her butt. So like that that works well because everybody else is like, ugh, how terrible of her. But it's like, no, actually, how terrible of them.
Yeah, the
So that,
hypocrites of the town that
right,
can't point the finger back at themselves are the
right.
ones pointing the finger and going, "Isn't this horrible?" Well,
Yeah,
she is doing community service. Yeah, but
right.
isn't it horrible what
Yeah,
she is? It's
yeah,
like, yeah, I know, but everybody kind of is enjoying her. Why don't you just chill the fuck out, man?
yeah,
Fucking who cares?
yeah,
Like, Elvira is gonna create a whole goth scene in this town.
right.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh my God, the car. Can we talk about the car and how fucking like it's like, okay, Dracula, really iconic and cool.
yeah,
Lurch's car, real iconic and cool.
yeah.
But they're not Elvira's fucking car with the pentagram fucking steering wheel with barbed wire and Oh my God,
It's
that car.
just the over the topness.
Oh my God, her car is so like I'm not a car guy, and it's like that car is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean it's a rad car, and it's obviously it's souped up to be Elvira's car.
Right,
Um, but again, that just goes to her personality.
right.
Like it's uniquely hers. It's not just a black car. You know, they could have copped out and done that, but they put the interior in a fashion that she would like. The
Hmm.
steering wheel, the dashboard, the rivets in the door, like it all just screams Elvira. And you know, that's one of those things that set her apart
Hmm.
from everybody else is because of the details like that.
Yes, yes. Um, okay, so like we did that. So okay, so could you see? Okay, like obviously there's like a yin yang thing going on with Elvira where she talks and acts kind of like California girl, you know, like those classic like,
Valley Girls.
Valley girl style. But could you see Elvira not as like goth queen,
Mhm.
but just in the Valley girl kind of like Heather Locklear kind of look. I mean, is the allure that it's a goth queen, but she's not sitting there talking about being all depressed and fucking like egging Aller Poe and whatnot. No,
Right.
she's eating nachos, fucking driving a car, fucking, her attitude and whatnot. Like she's the mindset of that, 1980s California girl, but she is straight out of fucking Marilyn Manson, fucking 1996.
So it's funny that you brought up her voice because I was really taking note of it, in her when I used to watch her TV show, her little face would pop up on the screen and she would say something like, oh, that's not the way, whatever.
Right.
She has the Valley Girl talk, but it's also slightly like Southie Boston talk.
Yeah.
Like, because there's these things that she'll say every once in a while, especially when she's like being super sarcastic, where she's like, ah, well, yeah. Like it just comes off very Boston, like East Coast.
East
Uh,
Coast
but yeah, the
rudeness.
Valley Girl thing is definitely there
Yeah,
as
like
well.
when she's like doing the
Yeah,
or like,
yeah, yeah,
like basically 4 seconds from going gag me with a spoon,
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like tone. And I really like that because it makes her character very bright.
Mm.
Like it's a bright character, but it's a
Right.
dark sleeve and
Yeah.
stuff of like, no, I'm like a vampire, and she doesn't even do that. Like she's not a vampire.
Right.
She's not a creature of the night.
She's
She just,
mistress of the dark.
yeah, she just likes to wear this. She,
Yeah.
black number one hair dye,
Right. Right.
like, one decade too early. If she would have
Yeah.
hit the 90s during like, fucking typo negative, and she
Yeah.
would have been just right there, perfect timing.